Hello, I haven't come on here. I know I haven't come on here for such a long time because we have been renovating, and we've lived in my home for well over 10 years, and everything in that house, like you can see a little bit here in the video, everything in always come off as a little, you know, and we needed an upgrade. So that's what we're doing, and there's really nothing much except the boring stuff, carpenters hitting things here and there, and that's not the type of thing you would want to. What we do here is to encourage each other and once in a while have a few laughs and talk about what is happening in Nigeria. And speaking of that, thank you so much to everyone who watched my last vlog. We talked about the election and how we were part of it, the presidential election that is, and we were having hopes for the gubernatorial election. But what did happen was a lot of agitation because of the outcome of the election. The thing is that we were kind of prepared, but not to that tune, what the governorship election came with. And what also actually played out was this tribalism that became very depressing to read, to talk about, I mean, we've always seen ourselves as one Nigeria, at least to a degree, but the elections, you know, twisted things, and I won't want to get into it, but what I do want to get into is how twisted this space, the whole internet space, can make things be. I'm bringing it here because, you know, a lot of things is happening right now in Nigeria. We are seeing a lot of wasbos, and the wasbos did not leave us in the business section, you know. The wasbos is going from our elections to, so I am here to encourage us, don't let these things put you down. There are some businesses you must have gone into, and two minutes down the line you're like, oh my, this is not the right one. This is not the right one. I'm also here to tell you that some days you get it all, but some days you don't. Speaking on that, let's go into a little thing I saw online. So let's get to know the businesses you regretted starting because you ended up in a huge loss. Forgive me once again, I am in my car, it's a carpool, and let's get into the one of today.
Stay with it, you don't need to water it down.
So in this very one, I'll probably take you from how businesses are going right now in Nigeria. I mean, it's like a tussle of, you know, war of Muzanga, let me put it like that. A lot of people are discouraged, especially some persons who would want to start businesses at this time. I want to encourage you, do not stop. As far as you know that you have the right information, because it is wanting to invest in finding if this business will profit you at this time. If you have that information and the backings of Angel Michael and Gabriel, or more, shoot your shot right away, because not every business is for every person. Do what you got to do. I'm a business person. I've been in the working 9 to 5 section, and I'm here also in business, and I know that both sides easy. It is not easy, and yes, you're not alone. I would want these stories that I'm about to read up on because I saw something on the online, and I wanted to bring it here to encourage each other like we always do. Omo, you're not alone. There are people who have started this thing and who did it the way you are planning to do it. It has not worked out for them, and you know, it does not mean that the world is gonna end. In fact, let me tell you, when I was doing 9 to 5, I'm very calm, and you know, so in the office before end of day self, I'll probably just talk to 2 or 3 people. Every other thing, let's meet in the email. Well, look at me today. If you go on my Instagram, that's why they carry clothes, you know, in my own small way, because yes, why not? You have to be dogged. You have to be, you have to push it, and, you know, be out there, especially the type of Nigerian business scene, you have to have your points, right? You have to shoot your shots 247. And yes, without much ado, without further ado, without taking a lot of our time, without bringing this my sweaty face right in front of you, let's dig in. Let's see how other people tried this business thing and how it did not work out. We will laugh and then we will, you know, bounce back at what we do, because you gotta keep moving. Yes. And so I'll be reading out and it's on the screen for us. So one of the businesses people have gone into and have failed is bike business. This person says bike business. So I no see bike, I no see money, I no see aboki. Ouch. Hi. So my battery went down and I'm in another location. I tried to charge it up and let's finish up. So the second one goes, never open a provision store. Provision stores where you sell your what's it called, biscuits, you know, things mostly to take back for provision for school, Milo, milk, you know, things like that. So never open a provision store when you still have kids between the ages of 2 and 7. I know, right? Even when you buy these things at home, for people who do bulk buying, if you buy these things at home and, you know, stock up your house in the next in fact, let me not say for people, that's too far. If I buy anything now and I'm like, hey, my fridge is all stocked up, give it 2 days. 2 days is even far. Just give it 2 days and they don't wake up at night. This is just between the space of, so it's crazy. Between the ages of 2 to 7, they will eat the provision and leave the store for you. I agree. When I was still with my parents, my mom had a store in front of our house. She used to sell provisions but stopped. I decided to start selling soft drinks. That's Coke, Fanta, mineral, fizzy drinks basically, and pure water. That's bottled water, pure water. Pure water is pure water. Biggest mistake of my life. And I also agree. I remember growing up, my mom will do, because she was, I mean, the bulk buying thing I know today, I learned it from her. So she was big on bulk buying, even down to minerals, down to soft drinks at home. So she will buy lots of in fact, summary of that, we formed a song for me and every other person who, you know, every time we go there to get ourselves, you know. So let's continue. I go come out, come back, I go see empty bottles everywhere for house. Every day after meal, everybody go step down with my drink. That's go after eating, you go use any mineral of your choice to step down. And that's what better way to have a meal than to, you know, that's the right way to have a meal. Midnight self, my brothers they sneak go thief drink. Oh God. I shout tire for where they day. The day I stopped the business was the day I was looking for my charger. I went to check under my mom's So mom is guilty. Under my parents' bed and under my mom's bed, and the number of empty bottles I saw there shocked me. Oh, Chineke. The same my mother way they flog my siblings on top my head, say make they know they steal my drinks. She was the one of the association. Oh my savage. No words. The networking, like, okay, so this one has to do with networking businesses, and we will not be calling some of these companies. And thankfully, I was not part of this one. But I mean, I think if you're a Nigerian at some point, you must have come across or been a victim of one form of business mistake, one form of fraudulent mistake that you should not have been into. And if you haven't, your angels are wide awake. They are wide awake. I mean, I haven't been a victim of any networking business, but nearly. But then I've also fallen victim for one other business one that I think it had a lot to do with crypto. In fact, I don't even know the head and tail of that business, but we move. The networking, like company after okay, she mentioned a lot of companies here, and I'll be blocking them out from the screen because you know why. Whenever you hear inspire to aspire and acquire to I've forgotten that English. Please run and cover your money with the blood of the lamb. So I have a video here on another form of money wanting. So a friend introduced me to dog business. Hey, this one that my husband, he has been, in fact, I'll find a picture of the last dog we had and insert it here. Very cute something, and somehow we couldn't take care of this little cutie. And let's continue. The story is not about us, but just get to know that right now, even after we've lost that first dog, he's still on the hunt to buy another one. He has even given name to that other new one. He hasn't bought it yet though, but he's making plans. Let's keep reading. A friend of mine introduced me to dog business. I buy from Kano and transport it to Calabar. What? I mean, if you're not a Nigerian and you don't know the distance between Kano and Calabar, this should be taking like 2 days. Oh, Kano is far. That's the northern part of Nigeria, all the way to down. The other two opposite positions, two opposite points on the cardinal point, two opposite sides of the country. Dog that I bought for 7K, I ended up selling for 2K with a bag. Let's continue. Okay, so this one has to do with another product company, and we will not be mentioning names. I trekked advertising products for this rubbish company, and that reminds me, the first time I heard about this company was my father. I was young, I was still in school. This dogmatic, very disciplined kind of person. So hearing him you know, talk about it, they gave him back, they promised him he will travel here. My father is an engineer. He doesn't, anything that involves talky, anything that will involve him over talking, he just bring it to him in formula. He will solve it. And you know, he's this olden day current engineers, Nigerian hardcore engineers. He talks to you in tools and bolts. So we continue. I tracked advertising products for this rubbish company, you say. I trekked until my shadows abandoned me and my heart almost disowned my body. My friends abandoned me thinking I was mad. And yes, I mean, the way they will trek on the road, and then when they see you, they not go even ask you whether you don't chop. You must hear them out and you must buy from them. So like I said, it's a lot of all these companies here. This one is quite a tricky one, because I never even knew that you could do business with blood donation. But let's get into it. Blood donor for money. I went for blood donor for money. After donating 2 pints, I was admitted and given back 3 pints. That's good business if you ask me. I went after donating blood for, listen again, I went for blood donor for money. After donating 2 pints of blood, I was admitted and given back 3 pints of blood. Me, we know they chop well because of poverty. So, I mean, this is good business, right? Because he went into it with a lesser blood and came out with much more. We have to look at it that way, because that time, from one Instagram influencer that was doing follow for follow, so she promised to give us down line. Oh yes, that's one thing with these networking companies. You have to, because you bring one person to bring another, so you climb the ladder. So she will promise you to give you someone. That was how I used my 35K and signed up. Downline, I know, see. Now from story to another story until I left the Yeye group. Meanwhile, Madam was balling after getting almost all her followers to sign up. Okay, that's how will I put it? Is that badass? No, that's mean. Back in secondary school, I had a friend that was into fish farming. This has got to be good. He was making money from it. So I convinced my siblings so we could try it out. That's how we bought fingerlings and started feeding them. They were doing well, and when they got to the stage we could sell them. I mean, you have to really remove yourself and your business from yourself and from family. If I needed anything from my store right now, I pay myself. right? I pay myself because I'm not here for bullshit. I thank God once again for my family, because ever from day one they supported me. So that's one thing. This fellow here goes on to say that their father bought, I mean, they must be much younger here, so that explains it. When you're much younger, most times parents wouldn't want their children to go into businesses. I mean, here in Nigeria we don't really have that culture. We never used to have that culture, depending on your family, because your parents will want you to concentrate on your studies, and they will believe that once you start getting money you will start misbehaving and all of that. So I would say that this has to explain a lot of the things our parents did back in the day, unlike now that you should know that you should open an account for your children, because why not? So yes, I think I have one more here to read. So this person says, nah, company, I won't mention name, nah, so company, my 45k waste, just like that. I also did recharge and get paid. The same thing. I also did importation. Now my family carry the bags with promises of paying, and that's what I was just saying. With promises of paying till today. Money I no see, bag I no see. I also did drop shipping for Turkey wares. I saw premium shege. No be person tell me say make I face the lawyer work why they do. Oh, so that's got to be a lot. That has really got to be a lot. Like I'll always say, for me, this is just to encourage every business person. I've been on both ends, and it is not easy. I've been on the working. In fact, when I worked, let me close with this story. While at my office, sometime, if I see a picture of myself and Nonye, it's me sending love from here to her. So back into the story, because talkie no good. So we were in the office. She came with this networking thing. Marketing generally, if you know people, if you're the outgoing type, if you're sociable, you'll somehow make your money. Well, back to what I was saying, the one she was selling, there was really not going to be need to come back to it. This girl sold this thing. Hey, in the office then, Nonye, thumbs up to you. You really tried. She sold this thing, and I nearly bought, but then I was like, I already have a filter like this at home. Like, will I now over drink alkaline water? There was this alkaline water thing that was the rave then. So the cup was to alkalinize or make your water alkaline. And I already had a water filter like that at home. So buying that and then buying an alkaline cup again, I was like, because I get my water from this alkaline filter at home. So why am I now going to over alkaline my water? What's going to be there? I mean, shouldn't that cancel out the alkaline of the first alkaline? Please tell me in the comment section, because yeah, but I mean, I have to give it up to her. She marketed this thing, she sold it, and yeah, hey, you know, now when you're close to someone, they will always tell you, hey, come and sell this thing, come, you'll be making a lot of money, this, that. Guys, these businesses, I mean, it works out for some people, but I had to check it. My convincing power then never too strong. Not like now that I can, you know, sing down the building as far as you have to buy. I mean, until I left the working atmosphere, I knew that business has this own type of doggedity, and you have to bring it if you must sell. And yes, let me hear your comments in the comment section, please. Thank you so much for showing me love. Thank you so much for showing me love on my last post. Thank you so much for coming right back. Thank you so much. Thank you, and I mean, thank you all through. Keep it locked here. Thank you for coming on this one. Until the next one, let's keep it going. Be encouraged. Don't let anything put you down. This is just me encouraging you. And if I've been sweating all through in this one, yes, now I hustle, now the work be that. All right, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Till the next one, stay blessed.